Hey, hey, hey. Oh, check me out. Oh, I'm loving it. So I have been playing around with Restream and today I'm using StreamYard, trying to see which one I like the best. So far, it's looking like I like StreamYard the best. Hey, Tehran, how are you? Hopefully that's the way you pronounce your name, Tehran. Hopefully that's right. So you know what? Today we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. There is an article I saw online that says United States workers are quitting at the highest rate in decades. And I wanted to talk about that. Let me see. Good. All right. So I wanted to talk about it because I have my own ideas and ideologies as to why that is happening, as opposed to what the mainstream media says. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? And so let me show you guys the article that I saw, and then we could chit chat about it because I have an idea as to why, but I want to see what you guys say. So it says United States workers are quitting at the highest rate in decades. And I'm like, in decades? Are you serious? I don't know if I believe that. Anywho, I'm Lanee Javet. I'm a business development strategist. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners to develop upscale business strategies that are easy to execute and that make them money, right? And so I will tell you that this last year, I personally have had my best year as an entrepreneur. And that is because a lot of people have been starting businesses through this pandemic. So when I see that US workers are quitting at the highest rate in decades, instantly I think, oh, people are starting more businesses. People are creating courses. People are investing. People are, using their unemployment funds and their PPPs to get further in life. But that's not what the article says. So let me tell you what the article says, and then we're going to talk about it because I want to know, do you have a job? Did you quit your job? Did you start a business? Did you invest? What did you do during this pandemic? Okay. So this is what the article says. I am a researcher. I'm in a PhD program. And so I don't usually just take things verbatim. So just because I read something, I had to dig deeper. So I'm going to read this commentary to you, but I want you to know I found this information on like 5 different websites. So I took 5 different articles and put it into my notes because there were certain things that I wanted to touch on because I want to ask you, what did you do? Okay. So it says more Americans are quitting their jobs than any other time in at least 2 decades. So in the last 20 years, which added challenges to companies trying to keep up with the economic recovery. That's reported by the Wall Street Journal. In 2019, workers were quitting their jobs at record rates. Now, this is before the pandemic, okay? Before the pandemic. In August of 2019, a record-breaking 4.4 million workers quit their jobs. That amounts to roughly 3% of the total non-farm U.S. workforce and is the highest quit rate recorded by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. First of all, let me give a shout out to the Black women, because if you know anything about statistics right now, you know that Black women are starting entrepreneur endeavors at 605% more than everybody else. We are the fastest segment of entrepreneurs and small business owners. Shout out to Black women and that 4.4 million people that quit their job. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see. That amounts to roughly 3% of the total non-farm U.S. workforce and is the highest quit rate recorded by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And they've been keeping track of this since December of 2000. Now, they say that labor experts say workers did so in order to secure the pay raises and promotions that they weren't getting from within. Do you agree with that? Do you think that that's why people are quitting their jobs? No, sir. No, ma'am. I don't think so. Then it says, now remember, that was in 2019. Then beginning in March of 2020, when the pandemic really got into full swing, it says that the labor market shed 20.5 million jobs in the first few weeks of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, a year later, there are still nearly 7.9 million fewer Americans counted as employed than in February 2020, while the labor force is down 3.9 million. Okay, stay with me. We're going to talk about this. Okay, we're going to talk about why are people really quitting their jobs. Of course, I have my own idea as to why, but we want to talk facts, okay? So the article goes on to say, with signs pointing towards recovery in many economic sectors, workers are feeling the itch to job hop yet again. First of all, like I said, I don't think people were quitting their jobs to job hop. I think people got smart and decided, you know what? I need to go out on my own, start my own business, write my book, live my best life, take my life into my own hands. But we're going to get to that. By some estimates, 1 in 4 workers are planning to look for opportunities with a new employer once the threat of the pandemic has subsided, according to Prudential Financials. The wave of resignations mark a sharp turn from the darkest days of the pandemic, when many workers craved job security while weathering a national health and economic crisis. While a high quit rate stings employers with greater turnover costs, in some cases, business disruption, labor economics typically signal a healthy labor market. No, ma'am, no, sir. This is not a healthy labor market. Now, this is what got me. This is what took me out. It says, the most unusual reason may be that workers have choices and a new sense of possibility. Well, I'll be damned. So you mean to tell me that workers didn't have a sense of possibility and choice before the pandemic? Now, let me go back to what I said initially. Oh, I can only talk about myself. 2020 was my best year as an entrepreneur. I made the most money. I had the most clients. Things were popping in and out. And if it wasn't good for you, I'm not saying that to boast or brag, but just to say that there was a lot of people creating their own opportunities. I don't think people were quitting their jobs, or people are quitting their jobs for the sake of sitting around, for the sake of getting another job. I think people were quitting their jobs because during the pandemic, started a business. If you started a business, put "oh yeah" in the comments, or put the name of the business that you started in the comments. I want to see how many, raise your hand. How many people started a business? If you already had a business, but developed it further or launched a new product, put that in the comments. If you invested in real estate or you invested in stocks, put that in the comments. If you created a course, put that in the comments. If you started a side hustle, put that in the comments. I think mainstream media likes us to believe that the only reason that somebody would quit their job is to get another one. Or the only reason somebody would quit their job is to level up through employment. No one's talking about all of the entrepreneur endeavors, all of the new businesses, all of the new opportunities that came out of the pandemic. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn, so I want to look at some of the comments and see what you guys had going on through the pandemic. Okay, let's see. Hey, Kelvin. Tehran said, 2020 was my best year ever in my business. Look at that. Boom. There was so much opportunity through the pandemic. Everybody is not leaving their job. And again, this said quit their job. This does not say people were fired. This says people who walked out, people who are quitting their job, like they are giving the middle finger, like I'm out of here, right? Maureen said people are eligible to retire also. That's true, but the article is not talking about retiring. The article is talking about people who have quit their job. They're saying that people are quitting their job at the highest rate in 2 decades. So I'm saying, why is that? Tron said he still has a job and they got raises. Let's see. Vertice says, I paid bills and bought things. So you use your extra finances through the pandemic to get caught up. Okay, so I'll take that. Tony says they are jumping shop because they see the inequality of money in America. Ooh, that is another reason why people could be quitting their job, right? Again, I like the fact that people are realizing that, hey, I need to be in control of my own life. I need to be in control of my own destiny. I can start a business. I know that the United States right now is upset because people want to stay home. Like people are making more money at home on unemployment. I cannot tell you how many people, and I'm not going to say nobody's name, use their unemployment to invest in their business or to get coaching or to write a book, or to buy some property. Like, people got smart through the pandemic. People realized that you can feed yourself. You don't have to have an employer feed you. That's why a lot of people, I personally believe that that's why the United States is seeing such a high rate of people leaving their job, because people are like, I don't want anybody else to be in control of my destiny. I don't want anybody else to be in control of my paper. Not when I could do it myself. Okay, Tanisha says that she started a new product and she had to adapt. Please tell us what your product is. We will definitely give you a shout out. If you have a business, I'll shout that out for you. Valisha said that she invested in stocks and REITs. Awesome. Like, this was a great time for people to really take a look at where you are in life, what you have going in life, what comes next. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Sharice says, I developed my business even further. I even got my first office during the pandemic. Congratulations, Sharice. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you can't look to mainstream media, because mainstream media will freak you out. They will have you thinking that people are out here quitting their jobs because they need to get new jobs, or because people aren't getting promotions. No, ma'am. No, sir. People are out here quitting their jobs because they are taking their life into their own hands. They are starting businesses. They are writing books. They are following their dreams. They have decided that they don't need corporate America to fund them. I cannot tell you how many people I know who have had the best financial business years through the last year. Let's see. Hey, Crystal. Tasha Mack. Oh my God, I love it. Tasha Mack says she invested in cryptocurrency and gained a new skill set that allowed her to learn to trade in all markets. This is why people are leaving their job, because people have decided that they can invest in themselves. Ooh, getting new skill sets, figuring out how to start a business. Now, let me talk about this. I don't want to say this is my pet peeve, because it's not a pet peeve. Let's say, and something that I'm passionate about is we as a community going into business, creating products, goods, and services that are not traditional. Okay. So over the pandemic, I had the opportunity to sit on a panel for this nonprofit here in Phoenix. And the thing that I loved about it was that I was able to hear and learn about some Black-owned businesses in areas that I wasn't familiar with. So here in Phoenix, I met a lady that does sign language for the deaf community and the Black community. I was like, oh my God, that's so dope. I met a gentleman that has a street sweeping company. I met somebody that did coffee, all these various things. And what I think people found out during this pandemic is that we are problem solvers. We are resilient. We can create products and goods and services that meet needs above and beyond hair care, barbershop, and cooking, right? Like, there's all these other facets of business that are out there. There's all these other facets of earning money, income, revenue. There's investing, there's crypto, there's white labeling a product. If you guys don't know what that is, let me know, and I'll break down what white labeling a product is to you. There's courses. I have a class called Course to Currency. I'm in the process of helping 50 people turn their knowledge into a course so that they can make money. There is actually starting your business. If you already have a business, there are people who were working on their business on the side who use this time to turn that side hustle into their full business. Like, that is the reason why Americans are quitting their jobs at such astounding rates, because they said, hell no, you can't tell us we can't go to work, we can't make a living, we can't go outside. Now, this is not a pandemic conversation at all. This is really to say, what would you do? Or what are you doing if you were to quit your job? Where's your finances coming from? What's your side hustle? Do you have one? What did you do during the pandemic? Because outside is opening up. Outside is opening up. So we're coming out of this situation. How are you coming out? Are you coming out better? Are you coming out with a business? Are you coming out with an investment property? Are you coming out with some crypto? Let's take it back to the comments. Let's see. Camille says, people got smart. They realized the importance of creating their own wealth. Absolutely. That's absolutely what happened. I wholeheartedly agree with that. You have some people that were scamming the system, right? So some people were out here getting their PPPs and their EIDLs, and they were buying houses and cars and flexing for the gram. Then you had other folks that were out here investing in their company, investing in their business, investing in their marketing, investing in education, paying for those courses that they couldn't afford before, investing in a coach. Like, folks was out here living their best life, which is why a lot of people are going to come out of the situation better. Again, I'm good. I'm dope at what I do. I had the best year this past year. And I wish I could take credit for it. I had a great year because everybody else was having a great year. So because other people were getting unemployment, because other people were getting EIDL, because other people were getting PPP, people were investing in themselves. I had more coaching clients. I did more strategic sessions with folks who were like, my time is right now. Let's see. Crystal, Mickey said, people make quick for lie, brown nose people. I don't know what that says. Belisha says, still have a job, maximize my direct brokerage account. Boom. Invested in yourself. Tanisha says, we are doing a family cleaning business. Congratulations on your business. Not just a business, but you guys have a family business. That's legacy. You want to talk about more Americans quitting their job? Start a family business. You have a business. You could retire your husband. You could retire your brother. You can retire your sister-in-law. Your children have a business to come into. Let another pandemic come through here and see what happens. What's that song? Fool us once, shame on us. Fool us twice, shame on me, right? So if this pandemic didn't teach us anything, it's that we need to be in control of ourselves. We need to be in control of our own money. We need to be in control of our own destiny. Even if you have a day job, I believe a whole lot of people came up with a side hustle, with a part-time job, a side job, something that you can do that nobody can come in and say your job is gone. Nobody can come in and say we don't need you. Nobody can come in and say your position has been retracted, right? Folks got smart during this pandemic. Crystal says, I used the money to pay bills and build my business. I even had time to apply for grants. And you want to. Congratulations, Queen Crystal. Look at that. Like, that is what has been happening through this pandemic. I don't know who started the pandemic. I don't know why we had it. I'm not here to do the politics of that, but I bet you they did not anticipate how many people were actually going to come out of this and be okay. Economically, financially, educationally, academically. Evie says, becoming an entrepreneur and or starting a business is now a glorified endeavor. You know what? It is. Okay, so let me say this. One of the things that I preach and teach about is a partial story, okay? So when I first started this live, I talked about the fact that African-American women are starting and creating businesses at 605% more than everybody else, okay? Everybody else, other segments of the population. Now, to your point, Evie, becoming an entrepreneur and starting a business is now a glorified endeavor. You are correct, because 605% of our population is doing it, which is astounding. We're beating everybody out. But what they don't tell us is that's how fast we're starting businesses. Our businesses are not making as much money as other segments of the population. Our businesses don't stay open as long as other segments of the population, and we're not employing people. Okay, so we're starting these businesses, but we're not able to actually bring in our community and employ them and give them jobs. So to your point, yes, it is a glorified endeavor to start it, but we have to be better about keeping them, about education, about investing in them, about employing people. Like, it's bigger than just, I have a business, I file my LLC, I'm an entrepreneur. Like it's bigger than that. We have to glorify the whole process, okay? Because when we leave our job, when we quit our job, we don't want to go back. Like we want to throw up the deuces and be done and be out. Felicia says, I'm working on all that you're talking about, sis. Learning, unlearning as well. Hell yes. Sometimes we got to unlearn some things, right? The bad habits, spending habits, communication, networking, things of that nature. Camille says she expanded her personal brand, landed multiple contracts. She invested. She released her first book. She supported multiple clients. She landed a 6 and a 7-figure contract. Many clients had record-breaking profits in 2020. Yo, say that again. Say it again for the people in the back who didn't hear it. Create your own opportunities. Start your business. Invest in you. Even if it's not a full-time business, find something that you are good at, that you have. So these are my 3 Ps. So if you're going to start a business, I always talk about the 3 Ps: purpose, profit, and passion. Hopefully you can do all 3. You at least want 2. Find something that you are passionate about, that you don't consider to be work and that you would do for free. Charge for it. Make your money. But if you would do it for free, it won't feel like work. Make sure that whatever it is, there's a purpose for it, right? So sometimes people will start a business because there's a purpose. They might not be passionate about it, but there's a purpose, right? There's a market for it. There's money involved, and you'll feel that purpose. But if it's a purpose that you're passionate about, you'll work it better, okay? And then definitely you want to make sure that you start a business where there is a profit. And you know, when the government is giving out stimuluses and PPP loans, things of that nature, people are using that money to spend. And so a lot of people profited during this time based on the funding and the money that was circulating around in the economy. So shout out to you, Camille, for all of those wins. Congratulations, Queen. Crystal said light bulb company. Ooh, perfect example. I love to see us starting non-traditional businesses. A light bulb company, everybody needs light bulbs. And usually more than one, right? You have light bulbs in your whole house. You don't buy just one light bulb. Your living room needs a light bulb. Your bathroom needs a light bulb. Your kitchen needs a light bulb. You need light bulbs everywhere. So that is a great business to have. Let's see. What is white labeling? Hey, May. So one of the things I talk about when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, or you don't even have to be an entrepreneur. One of the things I talk about when I'm talking to a potential client or someone who may be interested in starting a business is white labeling, okay? So if you want to start a business, but you don't have your own product, right? So let's say you realize that there is a need for teeth whitening, but you don't know how to make teeth whitener, but there's a need for it, or a purpose, one of the P's, right? There's a purpose for it. And you decide that you want to go into the teeth whitening business. So what you could do is what we call white label a product. So white labeling says that this is, so if I show this to you this way, this says Starbucks on it. Which way? White labeling puts a white label over this product and allows you to put your label over top of it. So when we white label a product, basically what we do is we go online and we find a company that has a product that we want to sell. We create a brand for that product and then we sell it as our own. So that's how you white label. That probably was not the best explanation right now off the top of my head, but that's basically what white labeling is. It allows you to create a product based on your own branding, based on a company that has already created that product. Okay. So that was not even a great explanation. I don't know why I just brain farted on what is white labeling. So there's two different things. You can white label a product or you can private label a product. So a white label product is where you literally go to a company and say, hey, I want to use your product. I'm gonna put my label on it and sell it as my own. And a private labeling is where you go to a company and say, hey, I like your product, but I want to tweak it a little bit. Will you make this product for me, slap my brand in, and I'm going to sell it. So I like white labeling for our community because there's so many products out there that we don't have that are Black owned. Okay. And so So my take on that is this, because I've gotten this conversation before. If you white label a product, is that technically Black owned? Hell yes. And let me tell you why I think it is. To me, as long as a Black hand is in the sales process, then I feel like it's Black owned. And what I mean by that is when you go and buy your Mac or your iPhone, you go to Apple or you go to AT&T, right? We don't own Apple. We don't own AT&T. So you can't be, a Black hand's not associated with that transaction. There's nothing you can do about that. However, when you go to get your computer fixed, when you go to get your phone fixed, you can go to a Black technician or a Black electrician. I believe in that. So when I look at white labeling, if we stick with, let's go with a lot of your favorite makeup companies white label the product. So we'll go with lipstick, okay? So I don't even have my lipstick up here. Damn it. So let's say this is lip gloss. Let's say I got this lip gloss from XYZ company. I'm gonna call it Upscale Lips. I'm gonna sell this to you. Did I make this? No, I didn't. Is it Black owned? Yes, it is, because it's my company. I own my company. So when you buy this lip gloss from me, even though I didn't make it, I didn't manufacture it, you still bought it from my company, which means it comes into the Black community, which means you bought from a Black company. Hopefully, I didn't just completely ruin that. Let me know if that makes sense to you guys. I think I might have just completely jacked that up. So what can you white label? You can white label pens. You can white label phone cases. You can white label candles. You can white label teeth whitener. You can white label books. You can literally, if you can think of it, you can white label it. You can white label purses. You can white label CBD products. You can white label pots and pans. You can white label anything. If somebody creates it, you literally can put your name on it, your brand on it, and then resell it. That's how you white label a product. If you want help with it, let me know. Like I said, I teach a class. I have a class called Product from Scratch, where I literally take you through the process of developing and creating your own product based on a white label product. Okay. Hey, Dr. Will Moreland. He said, I own my life. Of course you do. I started my candle luxury line while I was still working as a full-time teacher. Beautiful. And that's how it goes. Like I believe that's why people are leaving their jobs right now. Like people have more time working from home to develop and focus on their business. This pandemic has allowed me to invest within myself. I got to know me better. Learn new skill sets, working on real estate license. I too invested in crypto. Man, folks was like, hell no, I'm not going back to the plantation. Hell no, I'm not going back to work. No, sir. No, ma'am. Sheree says, every pandemic will make millionaires. I was doing life insurance and tax planning, but I added business consult and architectural design. Absolutely. Like, I wish I had the statistics. I can't remember what it was, but I know that there was multi millionaires created through this pandemic. And the billionaires made way more money. Like a lot of folks got rich during this time. Teron says, let's see what let's see. Teron says the pandemic gave us time to reposition and think. Absolutely. That I wholeheartedly believe that that's true. Stockton says, I got downsized, got smart, sold my home, bought a condo. Folks said you can't live mortgage free. I am now mortgage free because I found a property that I could redo and make 3 times the amount I sold it for today. This is why people are leaving their jobs. Like, this is why. Dr. Will says, but they are struggling to survive. Who is struggling to survive? But they are struggling to survive. Tell me who's struggling to survive. Let's see. CM Stock says, I love what you are saying. Thank you so much. And you are so welcome, Camille. Tanisha says, I have definitely noticed that we don't hire often, which causes us not to be able to scale. Yes, I'm not working on my business instead of in my business. Girl, say it again for the people in the back. So one of the things that we don't do when we're thinking about, so I like to be transparent, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it and I'm not going to lie. One of the things that we don't do as a community when we're putting our business together is we don't think about scaling. We think about getting started. We think about launching. We think about how we're going to make money, but we don't think about the 3-year, the 5-year, the 7-year, or the 10-year. Like, where do you want to be in 10 years? Because if you look at your business and you think about where you want to be in 10 years, you will back into that today, right? So if you're not just thinking about how to keep your lights on and how to pay your rent, but you're thinking about how am I going to scale my business? How am I going to hire? How am I going to leave this for my children? What new products am I going to bring out? If you're thinking like that, then you will be thinking about scaling, but you have to literally have that conversation right now. And unfortunately, we don't do that. We just think about getting our business started. And so it makes it difficult to scale or to bring in employees if you haven't put that into your plan early on in the process. So that's definitely something we should be doing. Camille said, congratulations on the light bulb company. What does this say? I have a business printing balloons, just left my job January 2021. Congratulations, Patrice, girl. Hey, Vincent. White labeling is great. Hello, Dr. Javet. Hey, Vincent, what's good? Absolutely. Half of what's sold on Amazon is a white label product, like legit. A lot of people go into white labeling because they want to have a business. And here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff we can't make ourselves. Like, unless you are a chemist, you probably are not making makeup. And so you can white label lipstick, you can white label eyelashes, you can white label mascara, you can white label a clothing brand, you can white label your own hair if you wanted to. Like, there's so many different ways to create a business. Like, I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, I'm not gonna beat that one up. Vincent says, he goes to a Black computer tech. I got it. You are explaining it well, sis. Thank you. Thank you, May. I was stuttering over my words. Camille said, many press-on nails are white label. Clients sold more press-on nails in 2 months than she did the last 2 years combined. Let me tell you. Amazon, I'm gonna tell y'all, when the pandemic first hit, your girl was doing her own nails. When the pandemic first hit, I was in here like, okay, I'm about to figure this out because I've been looking crazy. The whole thing about, I think, this pandemic and about people quitting their jobs is preparation and positioning, right? If you were properly positioned, you made a killing. If you had a side hustle, you were able to bring it to a full-time hustle. If you had an idea or a concept of something that you wanted to do, but you didn't have the time, you did now. If you always been, walking around your job like they don't appreciate me, I'm tired of working here, you did what you had to do during this pandemic to make sure that you didn't have to go back to that job. That's what happened. And that is why more people are quitting their jobs right now than in the last 2 decades. That's why. Betty Nielsen, as an executive coach, more people are intentional about creating a career they love. Oh, yes. Say that again for the people in the back. That is the truth. That is the truth. More people are intentional about creating a career they love. If you give people, how long have we been in the house? March, April, May, June, July, August, at least a year. If you let people sit at home inside of their house for a year, either working at a job that they hate, but from home, with their kids, trying to work and educate their kids. If you leave people in the house for a year and they lose their job, but you give them unemployment and they make more money than they were making when they had their job. If you leave people in the house for a year and you take away all of their resources, you better believe that they are going to use that time to better themselves, to find a career that they love, to start a job, a business that they love, to develop a better relationship. Like a year in the home can go one of a gazillion different ways. Either it's going to break you or you're going to come out stronger. And I believe a lot of people use this time to come out stronger. And I like what Betty says, creating a career that they love. Let's see. We need to invest in business coaching. Evie says, we need to invest in business coaching. I just invested in business coaching and got a mentor. There's way too many layers to business to do it alone. That is the truth. And I believe a lot of people did that during this time. Like I said, this last year, I had more coaching clients, more group clients. I did more strategic sessions. I wrote more business plans. I did more business launches. Like this last year was so good for business. Business has been good. And again, it's only been good because other folks took the time to be like, the time is now. I'm not playing small. I'm not going back to this job. These people are not about to tell me when I can take time off. These people are not about to talk to me crazy. I don't like my boss. I'm out of here. How do I get out? And how do I never go back? And that is why people are quitting their jobs at astounding rates. It's not because they're about to go find a new one. It's not because they got these skill sets and these trainings and now they're trying to level up. No, they went and got them skill sets and them trainings and they said, how can I use this for me? That's what they did. Yes, CM Stockton, have a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, 10-year plan for your business. If you really want to think about scaling, if you really want to be thinking about how does my business last past the 3 to 5 year mark, you have to be thinking about how it's going to scale. So, for example, when you're thinking about starting a business, a lot of times people just think, okay, how am I going to make it through this year? How am I going to pay my overhead? How am I going to do my marketing? Okay, that's great, but what are you going to be launching in 3 years? So you only have one product? What's the next level of that product? What are you launching in year 5? How many employees do you need? What's your long-term goals? But we don't think like that. And that's what you really have to think that way for your business. Like if you want your business to be here in 3 years, in 5 years, in 7 years, and in 10 years, you have to be thinking about what does that look like? Vincent says, I love using Adobe stock software to mock up and sell graphic tees. Yes, Vincent, Vincent has a dope t-shirt company, a dope t-shirt line. You started it before the pandemic though, I believe, because I have what's my t-shirt? Harriet Tubman. I have a Harriet Tubman t-shirt. Let's see. I have been changing my mindset to change my life. You are spot on with everything. We need more conversations like this. Thank you, sir. I believe you are correct. You're correct. Preparation and positioning. Boom. Man, it's so important. People who were properly positioned for this pandemic took off. If you had your website together, if you knew what you was talking about, if you've been in social media, if people knew your name, if you could be referred, even if it was your side hustle, you made money. Thank the Lord that I was properly positioned. I have my website. I've been doing this for 8 years. People know me. You haven't even seen me on social media probably in the past year. So you have to wonder, like, how did you have your best year and I didn't even see you this past year? Let me tell you how. In this past year, I worked with the Phoenix Suns. I worked with PayPal. I worked with Tito's Vodka. I worked with, who else? I brought 3 nonprofits over $12,000 in partnerships. I did a bike-a-thon. I launched 17 businesses for clients. Like, your girl has been working. I didn't even have time to come on social media because I was so busy. Like, properly positioned. It's super important. Hey, Alicia, I'd be interested in knowing the age demographic of those leaving the jobs. You know what? That's actually a great question. And it's not on here. Let me see. It doesn't say anything about the ages, Alicia. It doesn't have ages, but you're right. I would be interested in seeing that too. Is it millennials? Is it people who've been in the workforce for a long time? Now, this is what it does say. This is what it says. It says, here's a look at who's planning to leave and what employers should be thinking about as they retain or recruit in a post-pandemic environment. So this is what they say. They say that the people who are leaving, of the 26% of workers planning to leave their employers after the pandemic, 80% are doing so because they're concerned about their career advancement. Meanwhile, 72% say the pandemic caused them to rethink their skill sets. More than half of potential job hoppers have sought out new trainings and skills during the pandemic, possibly to prepare to change jobs in the next few months. Workers who want to quit overwhelmingly say they're looking for a new job with more flexibility. Indeed, even among those who aren't considering changing jobs, half of the people currently working remotely say if their current company doesn't continue to offer remote work options long term, they'll look for a job at a company that does. I call bullshit. That's not it. People are like, I got this. I'm gonna pay like I weigh. I'm gonna take my life into my own hands. Stockton says the pandemic made everybody take a look at themselves. I believe that to be true. Betty says this year was great for my practice. I was just told I have to return back to the office in 6/21. So for those of you that do have a job, are you going back? For those of you that have a job, are you going back? Are you going to be petitioning to work at home? Are you going back into the office? Are you happy to be going back into the office? Tell me, give me some insight on those of you that do have a job. Stockton says, but you going back to work, but you're still going to work on your side hustle. I'm not mad at that. That's what you're supposed to do. Lanee, can you drop links for your mentoring classes? Absolutely. So my mentoring classes. Okay. So let me see. Let me take you here. So you can go to, of course, you can go to my website. And actually, I will drop the link here. Give me 1 second. If you go to my website and you click on shop, I think it is, it will take you to the upscale store. And if you click on digital, you can see all the various courses and programs that I have. So specifically the one I'm talking about for white labeling, if you are interested in doing white labeling, click on the product from scratch, how to white label. And that is for anybody that's interested in white labeling a product and you want to know how to do it. There's 8 phases. You got to do the research. You have to source the product. You got to come up with your sales plan. You have to actually create your business. You have to brand the product. You want to do a pre-launch. You want to market it and launch it. So if that's something you're interested in. If not, then CM, if you are asking about mentoring specifically or strategy session, if you come to the join tab and click on strategy sessions, then you can literally book a strategy session with me and we can look at your business. I help you to prioritize your business goals, uncover any hidden obstacles that are holding you back from reaching your goals. I teach you how to monetize your passion so you can wake up every morning to a business that you love. So those are the 2 things, but I will drop them. Give me 1 second and I will drop them right here. Boom. So if you go to laneejavet.com, you can either click on join, which will take you to my strategy session, or you can click on shop and it will take you to my store, either or. All right. Let's see. I dropped the links. I created an ideal electric portable wall socket. I have over 12,000. Oh, hey, Milton, that is amazing. Over 12,000 potential interested customers. Awesome. Congratulations. Let's see, Vincent, if you're new to Dr. Javet and you want a true mentor, look no further. Hey, thank you for the plug. I love that you call me Dr. Javet. So some of you guys may already know me. Some of you guys may not know me. So my name is Lanee Javet, and I'm a business development strategist. I am in a PhD program. By the end of this year, I will be Dr. Lanee Javet, but my loving, dedicated, loyal, awesome, amazing audience, followers, friends, family, confidants that have been with me for years. They speak that thing into existence like it's already happened. So Vincent calls me Dr. Lanee Javet right now. Terry says, you always bring value when I see you go live. Well, thank you. Thanks for giving people meaningful discussion and ways for people to improve their lives. I mean, that's what it's all about. So the name of my company is Upscale Noir. Okay. Upscale, very easy, going to the next level. Noir meaning black. So my company's name is Upscale Black. So I literally wake up every day and create products and services to help my community get to the next level in their business, in their relationships, even though I'm not really in one, in their life, in how we network, in how we grow, in our finances, like anything that I can do to help my community and people that look like me get to that next level. That's what I'm here for. Lanisha, I am sorry to hear that. I owned a cleaning business before the pandemic. Unfortunately, that is not an industry I am returning to. I would not say unfortunately, Queen. I would say fortunately, you must have found something else that's better or something that's more in alignment with you, or maybe you're fulfilling a dream or you're pivoting into an area where there's more need. So I wouldn't say unfortunately. I'm going to say congratulations to you, whether you've already figured out what that thing is or you haven't. I'm believing that there's something greater for you on the other side of this. So I can't wait to hear and see what that thing is going to be for you. Ooh, Jason says, that says a lot about the company's culture that people don't want to come back. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, because I think that even if you have so here's the thing, you guys tell me what you think. If you go to a job, great career, and the culture is great, but you have an opportunity to start your own business, set your own hours, travel, make your own money, set your own salary, would you stay at the company just because it has a great culture? Or would you be like, deuces, I'm about to go over here and do my own thing? So in some instances, yes, but I think in more cases, people are just like, I got this. Like, I don't want corporate America to tell me what to do and how to do it. I want to be in control of myself. I want to create my own legacy, right? I mean, I've worked at some really good jobs. They have really good cultures, but your culture is not better than mine that I can have in my own job. I would still leave. Me personally. I might be wrong. Y'all tell me. Lanisha says, I'm going to try a different career. Awesome. That is what the article said. It did say people were trying different things, new careers. And so, some of that is true. Cherie says, you just gave me an idea of how to enhance my life insurance business. You're welcome. Combine it with business consulting to be able to use life insurance as a way to assist in keeping key employees. Hey, business continuation. Thanks, Lanee. Absolutely. Hey, Sharice, holler at me. Send me an inbox or an email because I am looking to partner with somebody that does life insurance. I am teaching a class with Fly Nubian Queen called Women of Wealth Academy. And one of the 12 principles of wealth is life insurance. I have a girlfriend who does life insurance, and so she's going to be one of my facilitators for that class, but I'm always open to sharing my platform with other beautiful queens. So if you would be interested in coming on and talking to my audience about life insurance, I would definitely have you. Let me show you what it is. So this is Women of Wealth Academy. I am teaching 12 keys of building wealth to unlock your financial future. The 12 keys that I'm going to be teaching to this group is what every woman needs to know about money, saving and budgeting for what you want, reducing debt and increasing cash flow, clean up and rebuilding your credit, turning your side hustle into a business, retiring with money in the bank, investing in the stock market using technology, how to use real estate to build wealth, creating generational wealth with life insurance. That's what I think you should come in on for. Setting up the next generation with the will and estate planning, planting seeds of financial literacy in your children, and how to minimize your taxes. So this is a 12-week course that I'm going to be teaching starting on July 6th. And it's for women. Men can come too, but it really is a class, it really is for women to think about building wealth. So if you would be interested, hit me up. Sharice, hit me up if you would like to come and talk about life insurance. Okay, let's see. The comments are coming through. I'm trying to get to all of them. I have a bachelor's degree. Thank you. You're welcome. I left my company to care for my parents. This year taught me that life is too short. My sister and mom died last year, 4/1/4/28, and I caught it. I was the only survivor. Life is too short. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Crystal. I send you and your family my condolences and my blessings. I lost my grandmother this year, I'll put the Women of Wealth Academy up there. Not to COVID. I'm super blessed, I should say, that it wasn't to COVID, but that was a rough one. All right, Cherise, yeah, inbox me. inbox me on Facebook or Instagram or find me, and then I will get you on the panel for the Women of Wealth Academy to talk about life insurance, because man, we're missing out. We are missing out on that life insurance game. Like that's a legit game out there. We're not playing it. We're not playing it right. Okay, so we've had a dope conversation for the last 50 minutes about why people are leaving or quitting, not leaving, people are quitting their jobs at an astounding rate. Not an astounding rate, the highest rate in the last 2 decades, okay? The highest rate in the last 2 decades. And while media says that it's because they want better jobs, I would like to interject that that's not true. I believe that it's because people have realized that they can take control of their future better. They've started companies, people are starting businesses, people are investing, people are writing books, people are taking classes, they're buying stocks, they're creating courses. People have decided that their stability and their ability to live life is in their own hands. And because of that, people are saying, no, sir, no, ma'am. I'm not coming back to this job because I can do it better. Now, like, I forget who said it. I believe that there are a lot of people who have decided to level up, right? And they've taken the time to say they want a different job. They're going into a different industry. They're getting a different company. I do think that that's true too, but I don't believe that that's the only reason. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. I have a gift of talent for artwork, and I want to pursue a career in artwork. I definitely think you should, David. Definitely you should. We need life insurance, and it can be beneficial. My sister left, my nephew will. Man, we don't do, that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. Like we literally can have a conversation on the importance of life insurance in the Black community, because GoFundMe's can't be it. Like, when somebody passes, the only thing that we think about should not be burying them, right? Me and my mom, and my mom's buying a house right now. She's having a house built. And so it's my mom's house, but me and both of my sisters are going into this house with my mom. So it's her house, she's buying it, but we're turning it into an investment property because it's her last house. So she says when she passes, this is our house. She wants to leave this to us and our kids. So we have this house that she's having built, plus she has multiple life insurance policies, plus she did a trust. And if you ask her why, her answer is, because I want to make sure that I can contribute to your guys' life even when I'm gone. So it's not because she wants to make sure that she's covered when she passes, or that her plot is taken care of, because it's not that. It's, how can I contribute to you guys for the rest of your lives? If I was here, what would I do for you? And we don't think about life insurance that way. A lot of times when you talk to people in our community about life insurance, they say, nobody's going to get rich on my death. I'm not dying and leaving such and such money, but that's not what it's about. Other communities are changing generational wealth through life insurance policies. People are leaving the next generation $1 million policy. One death can change the trajectory of a family forever. But that's another conversation for another time. We'll have the life insurance conversation. We'll talk about that, because I love talking about building wealth, and there's so many different ways to do it. So we'll have the life insurance conversation. I'm not gonna do it now, because then, it takes away from the conversation that we are having, but we will definitely have that conversation. In order to know when I have that conversation, you have to follow me. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. You can follow me at I am Lanee Javet. Go do it right now. Go follow me on Instagram right now, because you got lucky. I'm on Facebook today, and I think I'm on YouTube too, as well. But I will be spending a lot more time on Instagram. So please make sure you go follow me over there. Okay. Hey, Leslie. Crystal says, my sister did all but a trust. She left everyone good with change for good. She changed my life. Absolutely. Man, when you do it right. Hey, Adria. Oh my God. Oh, girl, I miss you so much. Hey, sis. I'm so glad you mentioned this, man. So needed. Absolutely. Yeah. Do not be afraid of life insurance policy, y'all. Do not be afraid of a life insurance policy. It literally can change your life. If you've worked your whole life and you've never been able to save or get to a position in life where you could do something for your family or your kids, make a $25 a month investment in a life insurance policy so that when you pass, you can set your family up for life. Now, do not do a life insurance policy and not have a trust. Like, say how you want it to go and which one. Again, let me stop. We're going to have a life insurance conversation. We're going to have a life insurance conversation. Sharice, hit your girl up so we can have a life insurance conversation because people need to know and understand how life insurance really works. Okay. All right. Rhonda, you said life insurance is your passion too. Hey, whoever has a passion for life insurance, inbox me because we will have a life insurance conversation because we don't talk about it enough. We don't know the game. We don't know how to play it. Everybody else out here playing chess and we over here playing hopscotch. We ain't even playing checkers. We playing hopscotch and they're playing chess. So we need to get up on that life insurance game. Okay. And Sharice does life insurance. So we got a plug. Okay. Yes, Sharice said it there. Even if you're alive, you can use the policy. Yes. So I forget what it's called, but they have these policies where you can withdraw against them while you're alive. Like there's so much stuff around this life insurance thing that we don't know. We just think, oh, you get a $10,000 policy, you die, it covers your funeral costs. No, ma'am. No, sir. You can get $1 million policy. You get a $5 million policy. You can get that policy that pays you while you're alive. Like there's so many different things you can do with life insurance. Now, I don't talk about it because that's not my bag. I know about it, but I stay in my lane. And my lane is not life insurance. Oh, yes. Adriel, I miss you too. Let's definitely catch up. I want to do something with you this year. Let's do something together this year. I love you to death. You're such good people. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you. If you are interested in the Women of Wealth Academy, it's a 12-week program where we're going to be talking about wealth. Please go to womenofwealthacademy.com. I will put it right here for you. Boom. If wealth development is something that you're interested in, please join me. 12 weeks. It's not just me. I'm going to have all different kind of people coming through talking about good stuff. So you can definitely join me there. Or you can check me out at my own personal website, www.laneejavet.com. You can book a strategy session with me there, or you can shop at my digital store if you're interested in the white labeling course. Or you can just follow me online at I am Lanee Javet. Cool. Thank you, Sharice. All right, all. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you next time. Peace.